From the Palm Beach Post from the year 1980. Use brain power before arm power. By Lee Marks. Bowling is a game for strong backs and weak minds. This was a common appraisal of the sport in the very early days of its inception. Nothing is farther from the truth. To bowl well, one must exercise his thinking power as much or more than almost any other sport competitor. He or she should never step on the approach without mentally attacking all the possible obstacles. The lanes and the pins present a challenge to the bowler, which varies from lane to lane and board to board. Rarely are two lanes alike, and even the same lane will vary in its characteristics from week to week, even from game to game. The ball will not necessarily work the same in the third game of a league session as it did in the first. Conditions change due to the increased action over its surface, and a thinking bowler adjusts his delivery accordingly. You must learn quickly and then adjust to whether it is an inside or outside lane, whether they are running fast or tight, slow. You have to figure angles and control speeds with the combined wizardry of a geometry expert, an architect, and land surveyor. Attention to these requirements, as opposed to merely propelling a ball in the general direction of the head pin, is the difference between good bowling and mediocrity. Anyone can improve his game with the application of a few fundamentals. It is generally accepted that there are two ways to bowl. Pin bowling. That is to keep your eyes on the head pin and aim for the pocket from a distance of 60 feet away. This is far and away the less desirable method, and with very few exceptions, none of the pros bowl this way. The other method is referred to as spot bowling, wherein you do not look at the pins but aim for a spot a short distance from the foul line. It is much easier to hit a spot from 6 to 10 feet away than 160 feet from your delivery. I find this system to be misnamed. It should more properly be called line bowling. It does no good whatsoever to hit your spot if the ball is not traveling in the proper direction. Therefore, you must establish a line or angle from the point of delivery to the spot. That is the beginning of a trajectory your ball follows toward the pocket. You must know your ball. It matters not that it is a wide sweeping curve, a short breaking hook, a straight, or a backup ball. Start it on the right path and nothing will get in the way to stop it. For beginners and all bowlers who are not doing as well as they had hoped, develop this elementary principle. The entire game is played on the first few feet of the lane. After some trial and error, you can perfect the 3 basic angles you'll need to get your strikes or, more importantly, make your spares. The strike line will make the center lane spares 1, 2, 5. An angle toward the 10 pin will also take out the 3, 6, 9 pins, or any combination of them. A similar direction toward the 7 pin will get you the 4, 8 as well. The thinking part of the game will produce the slight variations of those 3 basic angles. Another important tip to the men: kill that tiger in you. Don't think you have to throw a cannonball in an attempt to overpower the pins. Just think about it. On a perfect strike, your ball will actually hit only 4 pins. The balance will fall when hit by other pins. A fastball will tear through without giving the pins a chance to mix. A medium speed ball will get you more strikes and break up more splits. There is no one style you must emulate. Watch a dozen of the nation's best bowlers and you'll see 12 different ways to bowl. The one area in which they are alike is that they find their line, hold it with consistency, and allow the ball to roll to mix the pins. Hitting the pocket and covering the spares are the important things, no matter how you do it. Careful adherence to these points will bring the 140 bowler to 160 and the 160 bowler to 180. After that, improvement offers a greater challenge. The toughest area is for the 190 average bowler to reach the 200 mark. Yet, all it takes is to be able to carry one additional strike for a double per game, or break up one split or cut down on missed spares to an average of 1 instead of 2 in so many tries. A 190 average bowler is easily capable of applying his skills to accomplish this. The extra thinking process and a little extra practice will result in getting you that one additional mark per game. That's all you need. Hopefully, the tips offered here will help a lot of bowlers improve their scores, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. There are many other things to know and pointers to apply. This column will bring them to you as often as possible.